wait. My biggest problem is the excitement that was in the media. And I'm very glad today we actually started referring to him again as president, because that day we did not know. We kept on saying, oh, civilian, citizen. I don't know whether you monitored. I monitored all this because I saw that the excitement was palpable, you know. It was just like the same way there was tension before that.
But I think let's not lose the fact that it was an important moment for the country.
Of course,
whatever decision the president was going to make, and therefore,
and that everyone, including the media, was surprised.
I mean, yes. I mean, let's face it. No one was expecting him to say what he said.
He's saying, really, did you see it coming?
I'm not sure you were expecting him to.
I saw it coming. That is why I went to Parliament as a COD member.
Which I was going to ask you. Your coalition had directed that, you know, you should boycott the
sitting. Not at all. There was no such direction. That also came from the media. I would have not been in Parliament if there was such direction.
Okay.
But, you know, I went there because I expected the possibility that he would step down. Of course, he did not. So I was there to pick the thing if he were to step down from it.
Why would he be stepping down?
But really, let me say something which Joe has spoken to, which is what the media lost in the excitement. You know, the president did something in this drama which was so fundamental for good governance. The attempt by His Excellency the President to divorce the office from the person. And I think that is something we need to, you know, build going into the future. We have public officers who believe, you know, they are the office they are holding. Seeing the president saying, let me go out of the country I lead as an individual. Let not us subject our sovereignty to trial somewhere, was a very big thing. And seeing the president, you know, going into, you know, a car and leaving the largesse of the president's office, I mean, is the communication in good governance which we needed to emphasize. Of course, we lost it in this drama about nothing. Because, you know, as I have rightly said, if the president were proceeding to do what he was to do, you know, the president ought to have stepped down. Then the excitement we are seeing in the Rift Valley and other parts of the country would be justified. But really purporting to appoint the deputy president an acting president when the constitution already, you know, makes him an acting president was a drama meant for nothing. But he did very well for good governance in the sense that he is struggling to draw a line. And I think our public servants should pick up this, drawing a line between the individual holder of the office and the office we hold. In fact, I was personally, the only thing which excited me was when I saw the president's aide-de-camp walking away from him and going with the deputy president.
Now, that is also one thing we got wrong, because the media kept on saying that this gentleman went with Ruto, and Esipisu corrected them and said no.
Yes.
He actually went later with Mr. Uhuru, Mr. Kenyatta.
Yeah.
You see, so we kept on saying that, oh, he left his ABC. He did not.
Well, but the image is that you saw the gentleman walk away. And what to me I was taking as a good governance image, though I'm in the opposition, I have to give, you know, some positives, is that the guy is saying, even my aide-de-camp really is serving in an office of government. He can leave me at times to be myself. And I think that is something we needed to hammer more than the drama around, you know, deputy president is now acting, is now moving with limousines. He's always acting, really. He's taking back what the Kenyans had already given the office of the deputy president. And it is in the constitution.
So you're saying, though it was not necessary then, it was a good thing in as far as the image, what they've been able to communicate not only to Kenyans but the world.
You're drawing a line between the office holder and the office, and that is something we've been struggling to do as Africans. In fact, that is why most of our presidents don't want to leave the office. They believe they are the office, which is something I think is started and we needed to build on.
Which I think is the context of why this became a big story, because it is not something that happens all the time.
Yeah, but we lost it. We lost it.
You know, Joe, this was a big story. This was a big story. Yeah. Nobody's doubting that. It was a big story, I mean, everywhere. And the problem is this. There was so much excitement that actually what this gentleman is explaining now, we should have explained that. We should have taken it to that level.
I find this exciting.
We should have taken it to that level.
People are jumping up and down in front of cameras.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, people were fainting all over the place.
So where were you? I'm very interested. Those images. You haven't posted them on Twitter or something.
People being sleeping in Eldoret.
No. I mean, for me, I'll talk from the media. I'll talk from the media point of view.
You can understand.
No, as a
journalist, I'll talk from the point of view. I mean, as a journalist.
Yeah, I mean, people from Mheshimiwa Kaluma's backyard didn't sleep when Raila was coming from the US.
So you see, for you, the whole point is this actually. It's not about just, when it comes to excitement for the media, excitement, it's not just about this particular issue, only this particular case. I think generally, Kenyan media, we tend to get overly excited about anything. Raila is coming back, Raila is going to address a rally, Mr. Kenyatta has done this, Mr. Ruto has done this. And it's been, I think, ever since this new administration came to power, there's been a lot of excitement in the media. Like the first time Mr. Kenyatta and Mr. Ruto addressed a press conference at State House. I mean, it was all about, oh, this guy is so like Obama, he doesn't have an ADC. Just a minute, he does not have an ADC. He does not have an ADC behind him. I asked somebody, tell me which American president you ever saw with an ADC standing behind
right there you compared Kenya to US. That's not the way things have been done in the past. So doesn't it then?
You see, one thing we're not realizing is that this actually.
So you want to tell me there was no excitement in the American media when Obama became president?
This is a new constitution.
There was.
But you see, the thing is, they don't lose sight of the issues. We tend to lose sight. We tend to lose sight. Like when Raila came back, I mean, what was the excitement all about? Raila was coming back after 3 months. There was so much excitement that actually when you went to Uhuru Park, nobody actually got to know what did he talk about. Nobody actually reported whatever he talked about. There was just so much excitement. He's coming back. So we get excited so much at every little opportunity.
But we are not the ones who lined up people from the airport to Uhuru Park. We are not the ones who gathered all those people at Uhuru Park.
We miss the bigger picture. And that's why media tends to get a lot of flack nowadays, even from the so-called politicians. These guys nowadays play with us. I mean, like we are their toys. You know, they set the agenda. Because like this gentleman now has come here and is telling us the picture that we missed. I feel so bad as a journalist when a politician, for me, a CORD politician and a TNA politician, and I hold them at the same.
I've never seen a politician who has nothing to say about it.
You see, but
you had something to say.
We tend to get overly excited.
Have something to say about everything.
Yes.
Yeah, the truth really is that, you know, there is a good reason in law as to why we call the media the fourth estate. The media was called the fourth estate because we could not, you know, straight away call it the fourth arm of government, because it is not in the formal government system.
Correct.
So the media, you know, plays a very fundamental role, more so in the direction of, you know, shaping public opinion and public policy. In the excitement of lay people and ordinary people around matters so fundamental like what, you know, preceded our president's travel, you know, out of the country, the media ought to have sat back and picked what is this, you know, great ideal we would shape the opinion of the Kenyan public and the international community around. And then you see the president cast it, the president, you know, cut it, but the media lost it in the excitement, talking and president and others, and we lost really, you know, that big image sent to the world.
Wouldn't that be an unfair assessment? Because on that same day, for example, in terms of just separating the issues and what this means, there was a story about what now Ruto can do and cannot do. So to clarify for everybody, because then everybody went on Twitter and wondering, oh, can now Ruto refuse to give back this power, you know? And there was that kind of clarity. Yes, at the moment everyone was caught off guard, but as with the bulletin subsequent analysis and all, we then saw more of, okay, this is what this means.
There were good debates around the excitement, because of course, you know, that excitement was to carry several pages and several, you know, minutes and hours in the media. So there were those positive extensions. But what I'm saying is that we needed to have focused the nation more. In fact, to me, I wish the president well, because I've been to court as a leader, as a lawyer before. I know how it is to be in court. But really, we should not lose, you know, this big good governance, you know, thing the president, you know, put in. And I think it is something we needed to hold and firm up going forward. The office and the individual are so separate, and they must constantly be treated as such. It was necessary we hammer that more than exciting Rift Valley to believe now we have the fifth president. I mean, watch social media and others. People didn't sleep in Eldoret over nothing. Do I tell you something? Let me tell you something you didn't know. The first time His Excellency the President went out of the country and the Deputy President remained, he sent army to the northern frontier.
Yes.
And then you remember Parliament making noise saying, how did he send the army and engage them internally without our prior approval, because we are the assembly of the nation. We need to approve whenever our army is deployed. But I can, give that example to confirm that the deputy president has been acting. And by the way, in the interpretation of his mandate, he could do more than what the president could do.